165 players, and only 63 heard their names called on draft day.
It was exciting from the start. Even before the first pick was made, two major trades took place.
I was getting ready for the #1 pick, but we got trade alerts already coming in. Rumors have been flying these last couple days.
Lakers Gaming sent their 7th overall pick from last year, Sav, to
And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal number for Paul George.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the power forward. For the Lakers, Kyle Kuzma is out there with Morris. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the point. Here's Caldwell-Pope. Here's Gasol. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, there have been a lot of brother action in NBA history. Think about it. But the Gasol brothers, I mean, Mark and his older brother, Powell, I mean, they have to be among the best combos ever.
Strange to see Marc Gasol shooting from outside. His game, Greg, wasn't always like it is now.
I mean, Gasol has added a 3 to his game in the last seasons with Memphis, and it was an immediate success. He became a functioning stretch 5. Early in his career, he was more likely to drag you to the block and just bruise you more than anything else.
Now, here's Kuzma. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. George with the ball. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
Yeah, and don't forget about his passing. I mean, he didn't forget about his teammates. He was spreading the ball all over the floor.
Morris with the rebound. The Lakers on offense. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
And they had a hard time taking the lid off the basket. Their offense just looked flat.
The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
I really like it when Caldwell-Pope leaks out on the break. He just finds a way to get past defenders and creates chances for himself in the open floor.
Pass to Zubac. The dish to George. And it's George finishing it off.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Tipped away and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Jackson deciding where to go with it, and that one is good.
What a touch from Jackson on that floater, just gently guiding it home.
Schroeder outside. Down low. Here's Gasol. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
Yeah, the offense looked cohesive last night. Whatever challenge the opposition presented, they answered with confidence.
And it's Schroeder missing. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and they picked up the win in their last game against this club, and really it was a parade to the free throw line.
Well, it tells you a lot about who was the more aggressive team. I mean, they should have that same exact attitude tonight.
Now here's Caldwell-Pope. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Caldwell-Pope. Well, we know, Chris, most teams are who they are at this point of the season. But there are some teams that are still trying to figure themselves out.
Yeah, that's often the result of a star getting injured or a teammate getting traded or a chemistry issue. But those situations can be frustrating for everyone. And that 7'1" Gasol sees over the defense with ease. I mean, fantastic spot in the open middle.
And it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. For the Clippers, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for George.
Oh, sloppy finish. D was giving him the layup. He just didn't stay with it.
Can't get the putback.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Morris kicks to Patterson. Williams passes to Leonard. Takes it from 10. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Here's Caruso, who's averaging around 5.5 points a game.
Oh, that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
Good, nice job down low.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
Matthews goes in, releases from 15, and again, the Lakers no good.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range, just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Caruso, no good. Clippers leading by 4. Outside Williams. With 4 seconds on the clock, can't get the layup.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers. And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Well, no question, it's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm. 3.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Patrick Patterson is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Williams. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the small forward. Now here's Williams. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
Not to mention his defense. I mean, he was a terror. He came away with 3 steals and caused a whole lot of headaches.
Morris with the bucket.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Lakers trail by 6. Floats it up there for Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
And with toughness and physicality, Harrell can simply overpower opponents offensively.
Williams dishes to Morris. Harrell trying to free himself up. Morris, no good. The Lakers shooting only 27% from the field, looking pretty ugly out there. And Harrell slams it in.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Now, here's Kennard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Count it, good.
Not just a jump shooter. Kennard is more than capable of doing real damage from the interior as well.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan. Not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
It's stolen by Morris. Williams scanning the floor. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Kuzma against Morris. Kuzma inside. Morris with the block.
Oh, just fantastic defense from Morris, getting right in the face of the shooter and coming up with the rejection.
It's good.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like it.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
The pass to Zubac. Outside, Batum. Shot, high post. That one off the back iron and out. Lakers trail by 8. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Zubac, the pass to Batum. Kicks to George. And George with the stuff.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
Schroeder outside. To the paint. Gasol inside. Zubac defending. No good from Gasol. Clippers leading by 8. Here's Mann. He's coming off a 16-point game against Charlotte. On the wing, George. Another shot. Here's Zubac. And finally they hit one. Zubac has got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers. Here's Morris. And Morris throws it down.
The size of Morris helps him down low, especially when he decides to sky high for the dunk.
The three from George. That one doesn't go. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to...
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. And you think about how Kawhi Leonard is able to dominate from the wing position at both ends of the floor. It has some comparing him. Oh, wait. And that'll...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. One half to go. And the Lakers with possession here. 8-point game. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Lakers. They've got Marc Gasol. Markieff Morris is out there with Caldwell Pope, and it's Caruso in at the shooting guard position.
Soft touch of Gasol. I mean, outstanding in close. He lets the ball glide off his fingertips.
Here's Jackson. The rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got 5 rebounds tonight. Back to Morris. Caldwell Pope up top. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. That shot missing. Clippers leading by 8. Outside Jackson. Passes to Leonard. Jackson with the bounce pass. Zubac kicks to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute tonight.
Morris, no good. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Yes, that goes in. And the Clippers lead by 10.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Pass to Caruso. Misses the 3.
Might take him a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. Just need to calm down, play their game.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Stolen by Jackson. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
D.A., thank you.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
The Lakers with the rebound. Caldwell Pope's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Horton Tucker, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Reggie Jackson. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Clippers leading by 12. Outside Williams. .131 left in the third. Lakers shooting a low 30% right now. An ugly offensive performance. And Kuzma slams it in.
Just a ferocious competitor. I like seeing Kuzma go right at the defense like this. Such a service.
Here's Williams. Lays it up off the glass. Williams has got 6.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Here's Schroeder. Makes it off the glass.
Sometimes you don't need a haymaker. Just a jab. You got to get those easy looks inside.
Williams with the ball. Now guarded by Harrell. It's good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
To the wing on the left. It's Schroeder with the drive. Out to Kuzma. Schroeder passes to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Matthews against Williams. Here's Patterson. Outside for Jackson. And a miss there on the triple. Lakers trail by 10. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Patterson. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
Schroeder, and the layup's good off the glass. Schroeder's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We've got more in store for you right after this. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA is headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, we've got Williams. Patrick Patterson is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the shooting guard.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of him.
Schroeder against Williams. Schroeder dishes to Harrell. Fades back. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Clippers leading by 12. Leonard the pass to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
And Morris really rises up for these jams, leaving no mistake as he finishes with authority.
And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Lakers. To the middle. Here's Harrell. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should have been easy.
Here's Leonard. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got his 5th rebound in this one. Matthews passes to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
Morris against Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
Here's Schroeder, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Marc Gasol's checked in for the Lakers. Caldwell Pope comes in for Wesley Matthews. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And George is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And Schroeder stays with it.
He's been fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
It's stolen by Morris. And it's the Lakers on the break. Schroeder leading the charge. Caldwell Pope pushes to Gasol.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Pass to George. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
They get it back. Gasol trying to free himself up. Kuzma can't get it to go. Clippers leading by 10. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And it's George missing. Time running out for the Lakers. Outside Gasol. Back to Kuzma. The second chance effort. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Gasol's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Gasol is the kind of guy, I mean, if you forget about him, he's going to make you pay. Nice work on the offensive line.
Williams passes to George. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And he makes that one.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up. It was just a mystery what the defense was doing there. You never want to give him that much space outside the three-point line.
Here's George. And Gasol sends it back.
You got to be wary of Gasol. I mean, he's good at using his left to turn away shots.
Shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Clippers leading by 7. Leonard. Gasol with the rebound. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth. Lets it go with a 3. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Caldwell Pope. The Clippers have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Goes back up. The kick out to Williams. Batum inside the three-point line, and the Clippers miss again.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Yeah, it's quite unlikely, but we've seen crazy things happen. When you need a big bucket, Gasol is there, and as dependable as they come.
George looking around. Nobody near Leonard, but they get it back. On the wing, Batum. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Maybe at this point, not much of a chance for a comeback.
Yeah, you got a better chance of walking through a lion's den with pork chop underwear on.
Morris kicks it over to Schroeder. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Look at Morris break down the defense on this play. If they leave one of his guys open, he's going to get it to him fast.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
I don't think that was a pass he should make. Too many things can go wrong. I mean, they're lucky to keep possession.
Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. So the Clippers with the win. This was a... Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps.
At number 2, Pacers Gaming drafted 630, while Warriors Gaming Squad selected Hezi at number 3. 76ers president of basketball operations Daryl Morey announced the 4th overall pick.
76ers GC is picking Dre, point guard for Maryland.
Rounding out the top 5 was Tezo, who was selected 5th overall by Celtics Crossover Gaming. And with their new number 7 pick, the Lakers took Reese DeGod.
There it is, the Staples. And we've got
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Jones. And it's Cantor in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the 1.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And in that one, the offensive execution made the difference. They found and exploited the mismatch repeatedly.
Well, it was certainly a game that their analytics people had to love breaking down. I thought they exposed every weakness in the defense.
Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot. Lillard right side, and Lillard throws it down.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk. Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Now McCollum, after the missed 3 from Reggie Jackson, knocks down the 3 ball.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Jones against Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Now, here's Lillard. He's coming off a 19-point game against Dallas.
Well, in addition to the scoring, he found ways to initiate contact from the defense and get himself to the line. The defense clearly frustrated trying to get a way to stop him.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Here's George after Enes Kanter's basket, and George kicks to Leonard. The shot's good. Leonard's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
Now Lillard, look at those numbers of his. You just can't say enough about the work he's doing at the offensive end. He's averaging about 30.5 points a game.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Now here's Jackson. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. The 3 ball. Here's Zubac. Can't hit that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. Last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
Well, so many of their problems stem from turnovers. They simply could not take care of the ball, and it cost them in that matchup.
Pass to Lillard. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the 2 guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
Three young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Clippers trail by 6. Leonard attacking in the corner. George with it. Sinks the triple. George has got 5 now.
Well, the three-point shooting of Paul George is an important attribute. Because he can put it on the deck, he's got to balance it with that kind of look right there.
Now, here's Lillard. 9 points in the game so far. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
Williams against Lillard. Here's Mann against Charlotte. He was really on his game. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a loss to Dallas. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Back to Lillard. A putback, and so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he stays so grounded.
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
On the court for the Trailblazers, Hood out there with Anthony, and it's Simons in at the point guard. Portland leading by 4. Hood, the pass to Carmelo. Trailblazers moving the ball around, and it's in there. Anthony's got his first points of the game.
Well, if you let Melo get his feet set, turn the lights off.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up. I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And it's Anthony with the jam.
That's what you call filling the lane to perfection. Anthony with the quick hitting bucket.
And it's Williams with the ball for Los Angeles. Trailing here by 8. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Lobs it up for Anthony. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, the pass was perfect, and Carmelo just finishes with style.
Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
The putback. Kennard with the rebound. Clippers trail by 8. Morris with the ball. Now Anthony defending. And Patterson kicks to Kennard. Williams scanning the floor. And he converts the layup. Williams has got 6 points.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's Simons. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Left side, Williams. A floater, and he lays it up and in. Williams has got 8 points here in this quarter. Trailblazers leading by 6. Here's Simons. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Count it.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Outside Williams. Kennard on the wing. Outside Williams. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Giles has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
You know, power and finesse, that is the essence of Carmelo Anthony's offensive brilliance.
Right side Williams. Patterson pass to Kennard. Unloads. Here's Patterson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, you have to get something out of that possession, and thanks to Patterson's work on the glass, heads-up play to score that.
Down low, here's Trent, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
It's just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Trailblazers leading by 10. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the half. Anthony, the pass to Giles. Here's Simons. Kennard covering. Just 5 to shoot. Portland needs to get off a shot. And stolen by Patterson.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
Here's Trent. He shoots again. He takes it up and lays it in. Trent's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break and their ability. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 12 points and 1 rebound. And that should do it with...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
They've got Morris. Lou Williams out there with Kennard, and it's man in at the 3 slot. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Lillard against Williams. The fadeaway. Lillard dishes to Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Kennard on the wing. He's guarded by McCollum. Kennard's shot is off.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession.
And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league. I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
Jackson against Lillard. Back to Jackson. 5 on the clock. Here's Leonard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Leonard's got 8.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Here's Lillard. Feeds it to Kanter. Kicks it out to Lillard. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 16-point game. George passes to Batum. That one drops for him.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
For Portland, they've gone 3 or 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Lillard from deep three-point land. Rebound by the Clippers.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And how about Lillard just being aggressive here on offense? He can heat up quickly, just super efficient, and a high IQ score.
Zubac kicks to George. No good with the triple. Trailblazers leading by 14. And here's McCollum for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. A minute 50 left to play in the third. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. You know, when you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Trent passes to Cannon. McCollum outside. Here's Trent. A three-pointer, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing. And his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there. Kind of a glue guy.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Patterson's checked in. Here's Simons. And he dunks it down.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Here's Simons. Patterson defending. And stolen by Patterson. And now the Clippers on the break. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
The Clippers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Here's Simons. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick. No rotation. My goodness.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Marcus Morris.
It'll count. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? Trailblazers lead by 5. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Jones, Anthony out there with Ennis Cantor, and it's Simons in at the point. Outside Williams. The shot that time not on target.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Anthony, no one around. He's off on that one. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's George. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
We see Paul George just understands how to use his length and his size. He is such a tough cover close to the basket.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Damian Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. And then Lillard slams it in.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
Bangs home the trifecta.
Building confidence in that deep ball. 1 from distance in the first, 2 in the second.
And it's Hood in the corner. Lillard attacking. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Now, here is George. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And it's Hood in the corner. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lillard with it. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. Morris with the rebound.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Here's George, and he banks in the layup. George has got 7 points for the quarter.
And when Paul George has this kind of rhythm and pace to his game, you simply want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Here's Lillard. Gets it to fall, and now he's 10 of 15 on the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Williams dishes to George. Top of the key. And it's George again missing.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
Lillard from deep 3-point land. And it's Lillard again missing. Clippers trail by 4. Outside, George. And no good that time. Great D that time from Hood. There's the lob to Lillard. The shot, no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Outside Hood, back to Lillard. From deep. And it's Lillard again missing. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points.
Well, to me, Paul George exemplifies what a leader should be. This guy does not look for his personal stats. He just wants to make the guys around him better.
And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in. Portland also making some changes. Enes Kanter's checked in for Giles. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Derek Jones. Covington kicks to Lillard. 1:06 left to play in the final quarter. And Kanter throws it down.
Wow, the maturation of Enes Kanter, so fun to watch. The comfortability in a big-time moment, love it.
And here is Williams. And stolen by Lillard. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through. Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip.
Little, he's checked in for Hood. .43 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Lillard, the pass to Kanter. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Covington kicks to Lillard.
Well, Lou Williams challenges the shot. Boy, being committed on the defensive end, so important for him.
And Covington sends it back. Outside Williams. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. He lobs it up. Stolen by Kanter. And a deep three from Lillard. But they recover it. From deep three-point range. And so it's Portland winning this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight.
Last season wasn't ideal for Pistons GT, but they're hoping for big things from newly acquired Radiant and newly drafted Greenlight, Exile, and Milo. As for Raptors Uprising GC, they went 16-0 in the regular season, only to fall short in the playoffs. They only had one pick in this year's draft, and they selected a familiar face TS Josh.
Knicks Gaming hoping to rekindle the fire and repeat their inaugural season championship.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and...
Well, guys,
you certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. And now the Lakers starting group. We've got Dennis Schroeder. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Kuzma in at the 3. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Jones. And it's Cantor in at the 5, roaming the paint. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. No good from outside. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Schroeder kicks to Morris. Gasol inside. Covington's there. Lob pass to Gasol. 3-on-3. Jones finds Cantor. Kicks it out to McCollum. The baseline jumper goes down. McCollum's got the first points on the scoreboard for Portland. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
You bring up some great points.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee.
It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
And you could see them losing confidence, and it turned into a domino effect.
Three-pointer. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
To the inside. Here's Gasol. And Cantor pulls it down.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now, here's Lillard. He's coming off a 19-point game against Dallas.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line, really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heel.
And Cantor able to finish.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Lillard against Schroeder. Shot to stop the run. Second chance shot out to Kuzma. And the wide open shot from Morris. A three-pointer off the mark. Portland leading by 8. McCollum outside. Lillard the pass to McCollum. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Here's Caruso. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. And the basket by McCollum.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Now here's McCollum, and stolen by Harrell, and it's the Lakers on the break. Morris with the ball, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Damian Lillard. Lakers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line, and Portland making a change here. Little's checked in. Well, Smitty, you were a player with versatility and length. How much fun would you have had with today's style of play?
I think, Kevin, I was the guy that kind of played 1 through 3 at 6'8". but nowadays I could have played 1 through 5. I would have loved playing the 5 position. Reason why, I could have got my shot off at any time I wanted. And the three-point shot, Kevin, you can take 10, 12 three-pointers. I would have loved that.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. There's a minute left to play in the first quarter. Three-pointer, Lillard. Cantor kicks to Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I'll tell you, this was their strategy coming in. They obviously identified a weakness there inside.
Harold, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Getting hit on the way up, the ability to finish in traffic might be Harold's strongest attribute offensively.
Now, here's Lillard. He has 6. Lays it up and banks it in. Lillard's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Here's Caruso. And that one, good. And so here's Portland. 9-point game. Now here's Lillard. Tight defense on him. And there's the foul. We're going Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Simons. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. For Portland, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Back to Giles. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen. A little bit earlier, we had a chance to chat with Kyle Kuzma.
You know, for me, it's super cool.
Well, Kuzma, Greg, has certainly learned a lot, proficient at the offensive end, and adding more to his game every day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been focused on improving the defense and rebounding, and much of that is due to the players he's been surrounded by.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
Taking a look at the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Matthews, and it's Horton Tucker in at the small forward position. Up and in for the basket, number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Covington passes to Simons. Portland moving the ball around. Inside, kicks it out to Covington. Just 5 on the clock. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Lakers trail by 6. And there's Harrell. That's good on the assist by Kuzma. Harrell's got his 2nd basket.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Here's Simons. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on Thursday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And this is a perfect situation for them coming up. They'll be facing a lot of teams that they should beat, and those games will be at home. Can't ask for a better stretch of the schedule.
Jones checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, he's one of the more underrated players in his draft class. Kuzma's proven that he should have been drafted higher in 2017. A lot higher, in my opinion.
Harry Giles is checked in for the Trailblazers. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. And fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Kuzma with it. Covington's there. Kuzma finds Schroeder. Outside Matthews. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
Outside Covington. From downtown. The Trailblazers rebound. Passes it to Hood. From deep. Matthews with the rebound.
Defensively, it's hard to account for everything. They gambled off him, and it worked.
And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers.
Oh! That's what I'm talking about. Wow. That was nice.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Here's Horton Tucker. 17 points in his last outing.
Rodney has those long arms. He can block your shot. A tenacious defender.
Portland leading by 6. Here's Simons. To the paint. Giles kicks to Covington. Simons. It's good on the putback. Simons has got 4 points in the quarter.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip-in.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And here we go with Giles running it up the court. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Matthews. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. The Lakers also changing it up. Marc Gasol's checked in for Harrell. Morris comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Matthews. A tremendous Mobile One block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
And the Lakers making a change here. McKinney's checked in. Schroeder surveying the floor. 29 seconds left to play in the first half. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Throws it up high. Hood can't get it to go.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
You know, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
Here's Simons. Here's Giles. Missed inside. And so it's Portland in the driver's seat. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 8 points and 1 steal. And that'll do it.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Derek Jones is out there with Anthony, and it's Cantor in at the 5 spot. Here's Schroeder. Unable to get that one. And it's Portland the other way. And a wide open look for McCollum. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. McCollum's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Schroeder against Lillard. Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded close. Gasol. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Marc Gasol baited him into that one. You don't have to be a great athlete to live at the line.
Alex Caruso. He's checked in for Los Angeles, and he can't hit the second. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are. But look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 8. Outside, Jones. Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Offensive rebound. That one goes in. Cantor's got 6 points.
And the coaching staff doesn't have any issue putting the ball in Cantor's hands inside. And why not? That part of his game is very refined.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Down low. Here's Caruso. Got a piece of it. Oh, McCollum in position. Portland moving the ball around. This one for 3. The shot comes out, and the Lakers take it the other way. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. It'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. And now Jones running the floor all by himself. Cantor kicks to Lillard. And Cantor throws it down.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Here's Caruso. He's got 10. Out to Kuzma. Pass to Caruso. 6 on the shot clock. And he gets the bucket.
Man, he keeps doing his part. They just haven't been able to get over the hump.
Lillard surveying the D. Cantor, the pass to McCollum. Another shot. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Outside Gasol. Inside. And Jones sends it back. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. And Lillard kicks to Jones. Puts it up. Lillard misses.
Having a shaky time from the floor, but his teammates have been picking up the slack.
And staying with the play, Anthony. And the Trailblazers lead by 15.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm. And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Lillard outside. And there's the pass to Cantor. Offline with his 3.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
The wide open look here for Kuzma. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And McCollum with the slam.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Deflects the pass. Jones, the pass to Anthony. All sorts of time. No good on the shot.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Their lead at 15 going into the break. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. They've got Marc Gasol. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Matthews. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Caruso in at the point guard position. Now here's Little. Simons, the pass to Giles. It's deflected to the middle. Outside Anthony. Takes a three. Drains it from beyond the arc. And the Trailblazers lead by 18.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Giles. Out to Anthony. From deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Here's Anthony. Offensive rebound.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
Matthews finds Caldwell-Pope with the putback. And Gasol able to finish.
Marc Gasol does so many things. One of my favorite attributes, toughness and grit he brings to this team.
Here's Caruso. His three-pointers off the mark. Trailblazers leading by 14. Trent passes to Anthony to the inside. Here's Simons. He's guarded by Caldwell-Pope. Giles kicks to Little. Just 4 to shoot. Back to Giles. And it's the Lakers on the break. Caruso, no good. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. They led by as many as 18 points. And it's Giles missing. Lakers trail by 14. It's Caldwell-Pope with the drive. It's good.
And sweet drive there. KCP, a smooth operator with terrific straight line speed.
Here's Simons. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Caldwell-Pope.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Some changes for the Lakers. Markieff Morris is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. Schroeder, and he uses the glass on the layup. Schroeder's got his first points in this one.
He is so good going to the basket. Schroeder knows how to keep his man off balance.
And here's McCollum for 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Morris has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Schroeder, and Covington sends it back. And he's able to get it back. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Simons. Inside. Out to the right wing. Cantor, the pass to Simons. 4 on the clock. Shoots it. The shot's good from Cantor.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Trailblazers.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Enes Kanter.
And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
And the basket by McCollum.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
All heart from Caldwell Pope there, using every ounce of strength to muscle that shot in.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one. is out there with Morris, and it's Marc Gasol, and it's Schroeder in at the one spot. And for the Clippers, they've got Batum. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Zubac in at the 5. Now here's Jackson. Out left to the wing, Zubac the pass to George. Shot clock at 5. Jackson. Morris with the rebound. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Hey, knocking down free throws in a hostile environment is really about the battle of the mind.
And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. Now, here is George. He really played well in that last game against Charlotte. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's.
Here's Schroeder after the Clippers pick up 2. Pass to Morris. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Greg, we're still involved in the conference system. Does it hold relevance as we're looking here at the standings mid-season?
You know, for travel distance, yes, and there's also some tradition at stake. I mean, look, that said, in a perfect world, you'd like to see the best 16 teams make the playoffs each year, but we've had, you know, imbalance in conferences forever, so that's not going to change, but sometimes change is just necessary.
How about quickly for the playoffs? Would you like to reseed and take the top 16s, 1 through 16?
I would. I think that'd be a great idea.
Leonard, no luck.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Opponents are physical with Kawhi just about every game, but as forceful a player as he is, he just doesn't seem to mind one bit.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Lakers.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Outside for Caldwell Pope. Stolen by Jackson. 3-on-3. And it's George finishing it off.
Solid poise from PG, Paul George. Excellent at converting despite getting hit on the drive.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And that's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right after the other.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Patterson comes in for Ivica Zubac. Lou Williams is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And then for the Lakers, Horton Tucker's checked in. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. Now Morris. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Yeah, you know, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
Morris kicks to Kuzma. Loads it up there for Harrell. No good. Clippers leading by 6. Outside, George. Poked loose. It's stolen by Morris. And it's the Lakers on the break. Kuzma with the ball. Can they get it? Got a hand on it. Here's Williams. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
To the paint. And Harrell slams it in.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
So it's the Clippers now, following the bucket by the Lakers. Here's Leonard. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now, here is Morris. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Lakers working the ball around now. Harrell down low. Patterson defending. Here's Kuzma. Clock at 2. And it's Harrell missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. And you look at it, 8 of the last 10 points they've given up here coming in transition.
And defensively, you've got to recognize that threat and make the correction.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe. Just maybe. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll return shortly. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So the Lakers 5 right now. They've got Marc Gasol. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Matthews. And it's Horton Tucker in at the small forward. Patterson. Passes to Kennard. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. Misses off the left iron. Lakers trail by 6. Caruso, the pass to Matthews. Harrell misses the layup.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
And there's Williams. That's good on the assist by Patterson. Patterson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Williams. Harrell, that's good.
Guys, not much more a defender can do in that situation. Harrell with the focus and the strength to just power through the contact.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Kennard, the pass to Morris. And he banks in the layup. Morris has got his first 2 points.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Caruso kicks to Harrell. Here's Caruso. Patterson defending. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Marcus Morris picks one up there. Lakers shooting their first free throws of the night right here. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those 2 guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. It's tipped.
Upping his intensity on the defensive end. Love to see that. Kuzma uses his length and athleticism to challenge and alter shots.
They swipe it. On the wing, Williams. Pass to Oturu. And here's Kennard. Connects from three-point range. Kennard's got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Clippers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Williams passes to Kennard. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Morris, left side. Just 5 to shoot. Over Morris. Tries again. Rejected by Gasol.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
Some changes for the Lakers. Harrell, he's checked in for Morris. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. Here's Oturu. Rejected by Gasol. And he gets it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Lakers. 7-point differential. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Here's Leonard. That shot misses, so the Lakers will take it the other way. Down low. That's tipped. Batum with the steal. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And it's Paul George with the finish.
A reliable defender who uses his length well. Batum is a guy you got to be careful around. You got to be mindful of his presence.
Caldwell Pope dishes to Gasol. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Jackson against Harrell. Outside for George. High arcing shot. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys. The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Outside, George. Over Caldwell Pope. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. That was a combination of every Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points and look. And that does it for our.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been one outstanding game from George.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
They've got Jackson. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Zubac in at the center. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And there aren't too many big men more dependable than Gasol. He's a skilled passer who can operate out of that high post, but also give you a little rim protection if you need it.
Now Jackson. No points in the game yet for him. Now the pass to Leonard. Kuzma pulls it in. Lakers trail by 9. Lobbed up there for Schroeder.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
George with the ball. Gasol covering. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, to glide in and reverse it home like that, so sweet.
Caldwell Pope with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they've just given away.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Here's Schroeder. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Lakers trail by 11. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Schroeder. Here's Harrell. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Jackson's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Jackson down low. He's guarded by Schroeder. Lakers have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. To the middle. Stolen away. Now the Clippers moving it up. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. They get a hand on it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Moore. And the Clippers making a change here. Williams is checked in. And the Lakers also making a change. Caruso's checked in. Jackson against Matthews. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Mann. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. And the Clippers lead by 13.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Harrell down low. Patterson on him. Horton Tucker. The pass to Caruso. Lakers passing it around. Here's Harrell. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Harrell's got 8 points.
And improving as a shot maker every year. Harrell has to be accounted for defensively.
Williams inside. And he comes up with the deuce. He has 6.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
Feeds to Matthews. And good that time.
You got to do more than that to keep the ball out of his hands down low.
Exactly. I mean, deny him the ball in the first place. Don't let him get it.
Williams passes to Patterson. The shot missing. Great D that time from Harrell. Floats it up there for Harrell. And here they go. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And how about the confidence right now from Jackson? Not bashful at attacking and drawing attention from there.
The free throw drops for Jackson. And so Jackson nails both of them. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Outside Matthews. 19 seconds left in the third quarter. Good.
And Matthews is just vicious on the drive. Solid and sprinting all the way inside for the layup. You don't see guys do that as much. They're running to that three-point line. Matthews right to the rack.
And here's Leonard. 4 seconds left. Oh!
My goodness.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So the Lakers 5 right now. Marc Gasol is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Matthews. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Caruso in at the point.
He's flipped the script here in this half, shooting a much higher percentage from the field.
Inside, it's tipped. Here's Kuzma. And the rejection by Zubac. Fires it up. George, no good. Lakers trail by 15. Tips it up. Batum grabs the miss. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And now Matthews pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And again, the turnover by the Clippers. Markieff Morris is checked in for the Lakers. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Alex Caruso. And so Gasol will bring it up for the Lakers.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And then Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. The teardrop falls in. Caldwell Pope's got his first bucket in this one.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Schroeder against Jackson. Here's Leonard. Here's Jackson. Here's Zubats. The Lakers with the rebound. Gasol's got his fourth rebound in this one. Caldwell Pope with it. George picks him up. Kuzma against Leonard. Caldwell Pope kicks to Kuzma. He feeds it to Morris. 4 on the shot clock. Over Batum. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And it's Kentavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That's his first foul. Williams, he's checked in for the Clippers. George with no one around. The three-pointer is right on target. And the Clippers lead by 18. Here's Caruso. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Lakers trail by 16. Matthews finds Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
Matthews has a nice feel, guys, for when a teammate has a clean look, gets him the ball.
Now here's Williams. D right on him. Now here's George. Pass to Zubats. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Proving right there he's a team player who wants to get his guys involved. I like seeing George make those passes.
And it's good for 2. A minute 50 left in the game. Right side, Williams. Leonard, the pass to Zubats. Now Williams. Back to Zubats. The feed to Williams. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Lakers trail by 16.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Clippers.
Their inside game was what secured them to win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Paul George.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
There's Williams with the 3. The rebound by the Lakers.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Harrell. Here's Kaycock.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second-chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Taken away by Williams. 4-on-3 break. And here's George for three. Cans it from downtown. And the Clippers lead by 15.
Right there, I think you got to try and run George off his spot. I mean, he's a lights-out long-distance shooter and has great confidence. Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
George with the ball.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.
Do on the court.
Shortly after you were drafted, the Lakers traded the number 7 pick and obtained a championship caliber player in Reese, as well as other pieces in Bohio, Cease, and Bobby Buckets. With the new Lakers gaming squad roster, what role do you think will be best suited for you?
I think we just got to see when this season starts during sprints. If I got to play lock, I'll play lock. If I got to play center, I'll play center. I'm going to do what's best for the team and help us win.
The drama will... Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lou Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Batum in at the 4 spot. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter, and it's Jones in at the 3 spot. And here we go. Lillard with it, guarded now by Jackson.
Damian doesn't need a lot of time to get a shot off and found some space there.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Good on the triple. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Zubac, the second chance points on the tip in.
And maybe a deep breath moment for them. They're now 1 for 4 to start the game.
The Trailblazers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Lillard, the pass to Canner. And it's McCollum in the corner. The 3, and another 3 for Portland. And Covington, maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
And Jones slams it home.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
And stolen by Lillard. And the dunk by Covington.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Lillard dishes to McCollum. And the Trailblazers, another 3. You know, at this point of the year, what's the main thing Brent, a head coach, has to do to keep his team focused for the second half of the season?
I think at this point, the foundation that you've laid should be there. So now what you try to do is schematically, maybe you go through some different defensive coverages. You try some different combinations of players to make sure that guys can make that adaptability quick enough that if that becomes part of a playoff scheme, you're ready for it.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart, the other one playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
It's deflected. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Pulls from the top of the key and all around the rim that time before dropping in. McCollum's got 8.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Covington kicks to Lillard. And here's McCollum for 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And the dunk by Jackson.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. It's a 13-point game. Lillard against Jackson. And a wide open look for McCollum. That 3 off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Yeah, Paul George, look out. Hammers that one home.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Jackson against Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Here's George. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. George has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
And the basket by McCollum.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now trying to put this one away.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Portland out in front. They lead by 13. From Portland, we're back in a moment.
I don't fear nobody. And
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And guys, the Trailblazers enjoying a nice lead here.
On the attack right from the tip, they've been relentless offensively.
Well, just taking it right at the opposition and the other team right now. No answers and no way to slow them down.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Patrick Patterson is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Williams. And it's Mann in at the 3. Here's Kennard. And the layup's good off the glass. Kennard's got his first basket.
Well, he's so dangerous as a scorer. Lou Williams can recognize when there's openings. This time it was a teammate.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Trent passes to Simons. Up top, Canner. 5 to shoot. Here's Simons. He's guarded by Williams. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Monday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs.
And for that game against San Antonio, even though they should get the win, I would expect it to be a bit of a battle. Just because they are favored doesn't mean it's an automatic W.
Let's see some of the numbers here for Paul George.
And he's struggling with his shot these days, and the analytics bear that out with the true shooting percentage heading down in these past 10 games. But guys, it wouldn't surprise me if that was a trend that he could reverse here tonight.
Now in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Well, wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. And the pass to Trent. Down low.
I loved the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Clippers trail by 13. Williams up on top. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
You could tell the defense was really nervous dribbling or passing the ball anywhere near him in that one. He took advantage of their indecisiveness continually throughout the night, racking up 3 steals.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded. That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Here's Williams. That one, no good. Anthony with the defensive effort. Simons, the pass to Giles. Off target with his 3. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And stolen by Hood. Out in his own on the break. Here's Simons. Finished off the break. Simons has got his first basket of the night.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Giles has got 4 points this quarter.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Williams. Morris trying to free himself up. Williams can't get it to go. Trailblazers leading by 19. Here's Simons. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. To the left side wing. 6 to shoot. Makes it off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 21.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Simons surveying the D. Pass to Giles. Anthony on the wing. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Anthony's got his second basket of the night.
Quick fire on that shot. Melo with the catch-and-shoot jumper. No defense for that play.
Williams, he makes that one drop, only his second in 5 tries.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Here's Simons. He's guarded by Williams. Passes it to Giles. Here's Trent. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. A tremendous start for C.J. McCollum. He had 10 points, 2 assists, and
with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Clearing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Ennis Cantor is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Jones in at the small forward position. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of it.
There he goes!
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that.
No.
Wow, he was up there, Kevin. Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Lillard attacking. Dishes it to Cantor. And it's McCollum in the corner. Batum with the steal. Leonard inside, defended by Covington.
Yeah, Paul George can get very shifty even with that kind of frame, and he fights his way through the contact.
Jackson against Lillard. Stolen by Jackson. Outside, George. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Outside, George. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, just 1 year in college for Paul George, and then made the transition to the NBA, and all the talk was about what it is we're seeing now. A very capable two-way player and all-star caliber talent.
Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very reliable.
Back to Covington. To the wing on the left. The shot by Lillard, wide open. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
Lillard attacking. Can't get it to fall. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. These players have been vacuums on the boards recently, leading the league in rebounding the past month. Fourth, Enes Kanter.
He must be spending a lot of time in the weight room because he's shown such strength under the basket.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Outside for George. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
A moment here to see some numbers for Jackson. How his last 10 games have gone. Putting up about 10 points a night, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today. And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Leonard. An easy 2 points on the layup. Leonard's got his second bucket of the night.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Lillard against Williams. And it's Lillard missing. And so it's Williams who brings it up for Los Angeles. Down by 15. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Paul George can be dangerous out in transition. Great job finishing there.
Lillard attacking. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Leonard inside, working on Jones, and Leonard gets it to go.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Covington. Back to Jones. Leonard with the steal. Here's George, and stolen by Lillard. And now Portland on the break. Here's Jones, and it's Jones finishing it off.
Like the execution there from Kanter. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
On the wing, George. Missed. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Their lead at 15 going into the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping it.
Hey, look, offensively.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Williams. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in the center.
Outstanding pass in transition there for the easy deuce.
Clippers trail by 17. Here's Williams. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, it's such a challenge trying to alter anything that Lou Williams does just because you're on your heels most of the time.
Here's Simons. He's guarded by Williams. Little passes to Giles. It's rebounded by Leonard. And here is Los Angeles now. Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And that's now 18 points for Paul George.
Well, Paul George taking initiative tonight and going right at the defense.
Simons, the pass to Giles. Anthony against Williams. Pass to Simons. Lock at 6. And the rejection by Zubac. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And Morris throws it down.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Launches a three. Trent can't hit. Clippers trail by 11. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor checked in for Giles. McCollum comes in for Little. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anfernee Simons. The Clippers also changing it up. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Jackson in for Williams. Lillard the pass to Cantor. The pass to Trent. Stolen by George. Now here's Zubac. On the wing, George. Outside for Batum. Over Anthony. But he gets it back. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Batum.
And the offense starting to click for them this half. They've raised that field goal percentage quite a bit since the break.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Paul George with the steal. Pass to Zubac. Batum dishes to George. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 6 rebounds here tonight. 2 points. That one goes. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
Now McCollum a blur that time in transition. A quick-footed guard who runs the floor like a gazelle.
Leonard with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. Leonard attacking, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Kicks it out to Lillard. That one a little long.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Leonard, no luck.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. He can't hit that time. Excellent D there from Anthony. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Portland.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be for 26 on the year.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Damian Lillard.
So many times on the defensive end, showed off those quick mitts, jumped all over the opposition and swiped the ball away a number of times.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. It's a 14-point game.
Just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they pay the price.
Anthony looking it over. Giles the pass to Carmelo, and it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Of Lakers great Magic Johnson. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Trailblazers. On Tuesday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Thursday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Jones in at the 3 slot. And for the Lakers, Morris is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Gasol at the center position. So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. And that one's good. Schroeder. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, Kev, with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles, in some ways that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
Here's Caldwell-Pope. The shot, no good. Good D by McCollum. And Portland with the ball. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
And they lost the last matchup with this club, and it was really the reserves where the gap in play was felt.
And here is Los Angeles now. The Blazers getting the bucket. Schroeder outside. It's stolen by Jones. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Jones kicks to McCollum. Here's Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Lillard's got his second bucket tonight.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
And it's Jones finishing it off.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. The Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. McCollum against Caldwell-Pope. There's the dish to Schroeder. Back to Caldwell-Pope. And again, no good by the Lakers.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
And for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's best when he lets the game come to him, when he's not forcing shots, not making things tough on himself, not making tough passes. You know, Smitty, a simple approach does wonders for him.
Kevin, you applaud the maturity of KCP to realize that. He knew he needed to change his game to improve. Focusing on making the easy play has made him a very valuable member of this team.
Now here's Lillard after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. And Kanter throws it down.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
Gasol, great positioning on the putback.
Marc Gasol does so many things. One of my favorite attributes, toughness and grit he brings to this team.
Lillard dishes to Jones. McCollum left side. Lillard looking around. 4 on the clock. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 9 points.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
With capacity at 7-1 to just survey the floor, you're not going to impede Gasol's vision.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 9. Back to McCollum. Lillard outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 4 assists now tonight. Schroeder outside, stolen by Cantor. Fast break, here come the Trailblazers. McCollum with the ball. Cantor kicks to Lillard. And again, it's Portland converting.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Count that one.
And sweet drive there. KCP, a smooth operator with terrific straight line speed.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here is Lillard. He's got 14. And McCollum now atop the key. Knocked loose and out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
Unforced errors. These are the kinds of things that break momentum.
5 seconds left in the first. He got it up. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers enjoying a 12-point lead as... Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he
I look to the times where
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vamonos. And guys, the Trailblazers enjoying a nice lead here.
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
And they took advantage of some careless ball handling, some careless passing. You have to be more careful around these guys.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, we've got Damian Lillard, Rodney Hood out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Trent in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Simons after the basket by the Lakers. Outside Hood. Anthony, the pass to Giles. Out to Anthony. And it's Giles missing. Lakers trail by 10. Pass to Matthews. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Floats one. Rebound the Lakers. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
And you could see them losing confidence, and it turned into a domino effect.
Here's Anthony. Finished off the break.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Here's Caruso. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Can't hit from in close. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. They've led by as many as 14 points. The Lakers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And Matthews gets it to go. Matthews has got 4 points in the quarter.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Simons surveying the D. Lets it fly. And that one hits back iron.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Markieff Morris. Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. McCollum comes in for Rodney Hood. And that one's good. Caruso.
just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Here's Simons. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
And that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day who was my favorite. You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
And the Lakers with some changes. Gasol comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. You throw good, McCollum.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Here's Horton Tucker. 17 points for him last game against the Suns in Phoenix.
And it wasn't just the points. He brought hustle, he brought energy, and he brought it on the glass.
Now here's McCollum after the Marcus Holmes. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Here's the break. Floats it up there for Harrell. Hammers the alley-oop through.
If you start the alley-oop, Harrell can usually finish it. He's an explosive big man with good hands.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
Here's Caruso, and it's sent back by Lillard. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And when Lillard sees an opening, he takes full advantage. Skilled at drawing contact. Yeah, a nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And the Lakers making a change here. Matthews is checked in.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. We've got 33 seconds left here in the second. Here's Gasol. Lays it up off the glass. Gasol's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Gasol is a total pro at running these pick and rolls the right way. As soon as the pick is set, he is rolling hard to the cup.
Now here's Lillard. We saw him with 19 points his last outing.
Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter, but hasn't made one since.
High post try. Damian Lillard pulls it in. And now Anthony pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
And the first half is now in the books. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 16 points, 3. And that's a wrap.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, if you want to get into your offense quickly before the defense can set up, creating turnovers is a great way to do it.
We've got Caldwell-Pope. Morris is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Gasol. And at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. Now, here's Gasol. Knocked away. Stolen by McCollum. One-on-one fast break. Lillard from outside. The Lakers with the rebound. Here's Caldwell-Pope, and it's good. 2 points. All Caldwell Pope's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Lakers. Lillard, right side, kicks to Cantor. Now here's McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got his 4th assist in this one.
And the coaching staff doesn't have any issue putting the ball in Cantor's hands inside. And why not? That part of his game is very refined.
Stolen by Cantor. And a wide open look for McCollum. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 15.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Kuzma, right side, shot from 12. Count that one.
This is Kuzma's game. You set me up, I'll knock it down.
Trailblazers leading by 13. On the wing, Jones. Back to Lillard from deep three-point range. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got 19 points. McCollum against Caldwell Pope. In the corner, it's Morris. Gasol up top. Back to Caldwell Pope. And Gasol now top of the key. And there's another turnover by the Lakers.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. There's the pass to Little. Just 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Schroeder. Horton Tucker, the pass to Schroeder. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Clock at 6. Lakers trail by 14. For the 3. Horton Tucker's shot is off. Pass to Giles. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. It's Schroeder with the drive. It's deflected. Outside Anthony. Back to Giles. It's tipped. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Schroeder. The putback. It's good on the putback.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Harrell's energy is what helps him collect second chance opportunities.
Anthony, the pass to Simons. Back to Anthony. In the corner, it's Little. Off target from three-point range. Lakers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And always a smooth athlete. KCP doing a better job of drawing contact.
Matthews, he's checked in for the Lakers. Alex Caruso comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Rodney Hood's checked in for Portland. Portland leading by 12. Here's Simons. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pass to Hood. To the paint. Here's Giles. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Unselfish play by Hood. Could take it himself, but finds the open man.
26 seconds left to play here in the third.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way in. Horton Tucker's got 4 points this quarter.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm. Here's Simons.
Hood deciding where to go with it. Hits the three-point bomb.
At 6'8", closing out on Rodney Hood, it is difficult to defend.
And so it's Portland riding a 15-point lead at the... Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Rodney Hood out there with C.J. McCollum. Then it's Robert Covington. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Cantor in at the 5. Horton Tucker's shot is off. Trailblazers leading by 15. Here's Hood. Kicks it out to Jones. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Now McCollum. Back to Cantor. Here's Horton Tucker. And stolen by Hood. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning. And your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset. And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Here's Caruso. McCollum with the ball. There's the 3. That shot off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
Harrell kicks to Matthews. Over McCollum. But they get it back. Passes it to Caruso. Floats it up there for Harrell. Stolen by McCollum. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and Cantor throws it down.
Mostly a scorer coming out of college, Rodney Hood shows the willingness to make the extra pass.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Harrell, that's good.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
And here's McCollum. Outside, Jones. For 3. Cantor against Harrell. Cantor, the pass to Jones. Back to Cantor. 5 on the clock. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Cantor's got 4 points this quarter.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Now here's Lillard. And there's the pass to Little. From deep. Kuzma pulls it in.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Lillard against Schroeder. Lillard left side. He kicks to Carmelo. Pass to Lillard. Back to Anthony. Here's Giles. Here's Lillard. Chalk up 2 there. Lillard's got 21 in the game.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Trailblazers.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Lillard.
You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result. And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
Got a piece of it. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head, force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that. At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Lillard against Schroeder. Fires the 3, and that's good. Damian Lillard for 3. And the Trailblazers lead by 14. Here's Harrell. Banked in off the glass.
And I love that Harrell's getting so many opportunities at the offensive end and making them count.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business.